Okay, down the body. We're going to do it by buckets, right? Week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. Week 1 and 2 are relatively the same because they're high hand shoulders, okay? So, I'm going to use Susan here. There's 7 high hands for her and 7 high hands for the lead, okay? So it goes like this. A high hand can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that means that I could turn her with this hand, I can turn her with this hand, etc. Okay? I can turn her right over left. So one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Same thing with the guy. He can turn with this hand, he can turn with this hand, he can turn with 2 hands. By the way, when you turn with 2 hands, don't do it like this. Do it the professional way. 1 and then the other, okay? So, there's also 7 for the guy as well, okay? Shoulders is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means I can turn her by this, like that. I can take one hand to give her a split lead, like that. A split lead is any time you have 2 touch points. So here's a split, this is a split. I can give her a right to right, turn her, and then grab her shoulders. So there's 5 on her shoulders. For my shoulders, there's 8. So that means I can do an overcoat 1. I could do a cross your heart shoulder drop 2. Okay? Then I could go the other way. 3. Cross my heart shoulder 4. Now I can do right to right. 5. Right to right. 6. Left to left. 7. Left to left. 8. Okay, so there's 8 for the guys. For week 3, that's week 1 and 2. Week 3 now. We're doing her hips, my waist. Okay? Gentlemen, you don't want to grab her waist because there's a lot of extra plumbing in there that you don't want to mess with. You don't want to poke her ovaries, stuff like that. You always want to grab her hips. Gentlemen, when you're putting her hand on your waist, keep it high on the waist. You never want to put it on your hips, okay? So it's guys' waists, it's ladies' hips. So here we go. So she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I can turn her by her hips. I could take one hand and give her a split lead, either direction, like that. With me, I have, how many waists? I have 4. I have 1, 2, and then I have a right to right. 3, then I have a left to left. 4. Okay, so I have 4 ways of doing hip. My waist, her hips. Low hand, she has 9 ways. And they're the exact same thing as the high hand, except you stay low. She basically turns either direction with 1 hand, 2 hands, cross hands. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I can also take her wrist, 8, and 9, okay? And what we do is when we do the wrist like that, I consider it like chopping the trees. You chop the trees, and then you take the logs and you throw them out. Take the logs, you throw them out, because you don't want to ever grab a woman's wrist and turn her inside. It just doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right either. You always want to grab the wrist and go out, okay? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And for the guys, the low hand would be 4 low hands. And they're all elbow tailbone winks. That move is a hybrid between tailbones and low hand. Why? Because it combines the tailbone with a low hand move. So I'm never touching my own waist. Elbow, tailbone, wink. I did that that from open position. Elbow, tailbone, wink. Again from open position, this side to the left. Right to right, elbow, tailbone, wink. Left to left, elbow, tailbone, wink. So that was a total of 4. Okay? The next thing we're going to do is the actual tailbone. And in the tailbone, there are 11 ways of doing a tailbone, okay, for her. So the first one is the karate, where I'm going to flip my hand over, throw it, I'm going to watch the hand prior to turning her. See how that works? The second one is called a strike. I'm going to love the wrist. It's an opposite side hand. Grab the shoulder so she doesn't turn, and then turn her, okay? The third one is called a wax on for the left. Wax on, I'm in this position. Throw, I look at the hand. That's what I call doing your job. I say, gentlemen, do your job. Your eyes are going to look at the hand, and it's going to look back there, and it's going to throw. What throws guys a lot off is when they look straight at her, they look at her, and they're trying to find something back there. You know what I mean? It just jacks you up. So anytime you do a tailbone move other than a hammerlock, you're always going to do your job. So on this side also, there's the karate, then we have the strike, then we have the wax off. Okay? So that was 3 and 3. Okay? Low hand. I'm sorry, no, tailbone. That was tailbone. Tailbone. Then we have hammerlock. That's 7. Hammerlock to the other side. 8. Then we have a right over left hammerlock. 9. Then we have a left over right. 10. And then we have 2 karates at the same time. Catch the hand and either move one or the other and let go of the finish. So that totals 11. Okay? 11 tailbones. Now we have, for the gentleman, 8 tailbones. We have the first 4. 1, 2, left to left, 3, right to right, 4. Then we have our own hammerlocks. 5, 6. Then we have right over left. 7, 8. So the gentleman has 8 ways of touching his tailbone, okay? That's for tailbones. Now head loops are the story. I'm coming right over to eat leftover weird pizza together with you, okay? And so that's the story that we remember to cover all the head loops in the entire dance category. I'm coming right over to eat leftover. Weird hand, you flip the hand over, you lift up and drape. If the woman does not cooperate and she lifts up her elbow, lift up the elbow, what you do is you lift yours higher, push it down gently, and then this, okay? That's weird hand. And then you do, coming right over, leave left over, weird pizza. Pizza, you look through the window first, and notice how I'm facing you as I pizza her, so my broad body is to you. See that? Same thing on this side. I face the other direction, and you're always 100% splitting the lead, both on tailbones and on head loops. It's a 100% split lead the entire time. You can turn her. If you decide to pizza her, you can turn yourself. It always comes up, if you're coming up on, it always comes up on 3, 5, 6. That's if you're on 2, 3, 5, 6. For the man and the woman, it's identical numbers. On 1, it is 7, 8, 1. 7, 8, 1. Okay, got it? Am I clear? Yes? Okay, so head loops are always the same counts for the guys as they are for the girls. Okay, whether you're on 1 or 2. All right, so coming right over, left over, weird pizza together. Together with you, you pull her arms. Watch this. See this? You pull her arms, then you force her forearms to go over her own head, and then come down. Watch, see how I came down? Watch. I came down, and I give her a left turn. That's the nicest thing to get out of this, right? A lot of guys, face the camera, will do this. Okay, it's called brain damage, all right? We don't want to do brain damage. The most effective, efficient way of doing this move is simply pulling and then turning her, okay? Gentlemen do not have a together with himself, okay? It just looks too weird. So we are not including the together with him. So he has 6 head loops. He's coming right over to left over, that's 2. Weird, he can weird himself. He can really weird himself. He can pizza himself. And that's it, okay? So those are the head loops. Now knee, in week 5, we will do a special thing starting with orange belt because it's always a progressive, okay? So what you will do is you will just lunge, and as she steps with her left knee closest to you, that's the one you turn. And it is only for left turns, it is not for right progressives. You can do it right to right. Come forward when she steps, about ready to turn. You can keep the hand or not keep the hand. You can do a left to left. You come forward, you take the available hand, and then you turn her. You can even do it from closed position. So we have here, okay? The elbow. We have a cumbia elbow. Practice this ever. I was led by it. Boom, 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 and boom. That's one elbow. Another elbow is this. Cumbia. Elbow, 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 okay? Another elbow is this. Head loop, turn her. Keep your head down, turn her. That's a weird tropical gem thing, okay?
That's what I got it.
This, and you can even do a double. Double. The key is you have to keep your hand on your neck. Keep your hand on your neck, on your neck, on your neck, on your neck. There you go. That's a weird thing, but it's something cool to learn, like a camo, purple, and blue belt level. Are we missing anything? Are we missing anything?
No.
Body parts?
All the body parts.
Yay! Thank you, Susan.